Alright, so I found an easier way to do. So I found an easier way to do the lower ball joint compared to the longer one, which I also took a video of. Which I didn't take a video, but I just did a summary of, which took almost twice as, which would take almost a little bit longer than this technique. I am putting a disclaimer that this one is kind of risky and kind of finicky / dangerous side. So you might want to be, even though this is like the fastest one, I mean, this, I got done with this real quick compared to the other side, which was, I would say pain, a little bit of pain, but not that bad. So to get the top ball joint, this is pretty easy. It's just gonna pop out. If you just loosen it up, it's just gonna pop out a little bit. And then you can just jack the lower control arm up, and you'll be able to slide this in. But the top ball joint is easy compared to the bottom ball joint. Where's it at? Right there, yeah. Which is kind of finicky because it's right there at the bottom. And then how you need to get it off, the easier way is pop off the dust cover, or whatever that thing is. Just pop it off, and then take off the ring and the washer, so you can slide this axle in and out, which helps tremendously when you're moving it out. And then unbolt the top one, the top ball joint nut. So you should be able to get it off of there. You just push or just lift it up, and then you can just get it out of there. So this one will be suspended, it'll be just staying there, and it will just go this way and this way. And unbolt the bottom bolt, the big bolt, and take off the four nuts. So I got 2 of them in there, 4 nuts that holds the ball joint inside the little casing. Inside this little case, the control arm, and it kind of slides in there. So yeah, unbolt those 4 ball joints, and then you should be able to wiggle it out of there. So with the ball joints, I mean with the nuts loose, it's kind of free from the control arm. So I kind of suspended it. I have no clue what's gonna happen if it's not suspended. I'm guessing it's gonna drop a little. But the axle, so you want to make sure that you kind of press it out and the axle doesn't slide out, because right here, this thing prohibits, right there, that's that tight slip. So if I pull on this, or if I try to pull on this, you know, that thing just kind of presses up against the shackle, or whatever that's called, and then it won't come out this far. So when you pull it away from the axle, you can get the axle to jump in. So always, you know, put a finger in there to keep pressure against that, to not let I don't know if that's, don't quote me on that, but I don't want to, I always put it in there, so I just didn't want it to pop out or slip out anyway, because you are going to be like pushing it in halfway through, so your thumb is going to be like around there. So you are going to disappear. I mean, this is gonna disappear for a while, and then you are gonna see it, like, you know, slide out. So the easier way will be just push it out, and then just finesse it out. When you take off the washer, it gives you that free play to pull this whole thing out. And then these 2 are the only ones that are, these 2 bolts are the only ones that are containing it from pulling it out. So when you loosen that up, you should be able to pull this out. I just left that in there, left the tie rods in there, which is easier. Yeah, it's all just, so be prepared to hold this at the bottom. The main grip that I found was holding it like this, and then my thumb like this, and then my other arm will be right here or somewhere around there, or under the ball joint, trying to pull it out. Yeah, and then when putting it back together, it's kind of tricky to leave it on here and then push it in there. I just put it in there because you gotta twist it one way. You gotta angle it to get it in there. So I just did it. I just put it in there first, and I pulled this out further, and then I kind of, you know, extended this to the furthest towards me as possible, and kind of scooted it in there, or pushed it in there pretty much. Yeah, that would be the fastest way to do it, and the most riskiest way, which is, I mean, that's the drawback of that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to do. Now I'm just putting it back together. Just wanted to make a quick video to, you know, whoever's, pretty sure a lot of us are gonna change it over time if you're reeling and stuff. So yeah, if it helps someone where you don't have to take off the bearing, which I did on the other side, take off the bearing, take this whole thing off, and do that thing, same thing. But yeah, this one is way faster, and I want to say easier, but not technically easier, but it's just quick and done. Also, don't forget about the brake, because I bet you it's not gonna have enough line to, it's not gonna have enough slack to pull it out and stuff. So take off the whole brake holding bolt, thing. I just took off the whole thing instead of taking the brake caliper out and then this thing out, which holds the brake caliper. Just took out that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take off the brake caliper bolt out to depress it and to put in the brake pads, but I'll see. Hopefully I don't. Yeah. Another thing to make sure if you're doing it that way is to this bolt. So the 4 bolts that's holding in the lower ball joint. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you put this one in, the one closer towards the front and the wheel. So that one out of the 4 one, so that's the second one, that one, third one, fourth one over there. Make sure you put that one in first before you tie down the top ball joint, or the bottom one. It's gonna be mainly before you tighten that in, because it's gonna be way much easier, because I don't think you'll be able to get it in if you tighten everything up and then you try to do it that way, because I did it that way and then I had to take it off again, do it one more time. So